Cool. So as you can see, I have a new AvaStar VRM too. And it's me. It's my AvaStar, my top hat guy that I usually use. So this is a new one. This is another test one that we started playing with to try to, again, whenever we make big changes or whatever, then we try doing a new version of Quig and Walshy, and then this time we wanted a third one so we can explore together a little bit more as we start doing more. Like a lot of this is programmable, create on the fly sort of things. A lot of the system that we're working on putting in, use the AvaStar traits, so you can just go in and it'll generate it on the fly, so you don't have to do things more manual. But we're still in testing for quite a bit of this stuff, so it's still a little bit of stuff we're trying to work out on that. But as we get there, we wanted to have some test setups. I was messing with our dressing room models that we had and set it up in Hyperfy the other day.
Did I just share the wrong link, Chris? I noticed that I am not in the same. Oh, there you are.
No, here.
Are we still at Hyperfy /AvaStars?
No, I had to spin up a new one because we could do the AvaStars one. That has a newer version of the. Sure. Yeah, we've had a couple ones. This is the AvaStars test one. So this is where I've been playing with the programmable. Like in the AvaStars test, I actually dropped new models of all the VRMs so other people can join and click on them.
I apologize, guys. I shared the wrong test environment, but Tris is going to drop the new one in the chat.
Yeah. So this is obviously cleaner because obviously we made more changes. The other one was a test environment I've been playing with, but I dropped up versions of these AvaStars so you can just, instead of having to manually go around and click stuff and play with it, you can go in there and just click one, get the skin, and then be us if you want to be.
Yeah, that's a lot easier for certain metaverse worlds because previously we've had to actually share the VRMs for you guys to download, which can be problematic for all kinds of reasons. So,
yeah, let's see. Anybody jumping in here? We can take a look. Yeah, so here I'll show you. Oh, look, we got anonymous. We got anonymous me running around. But with this, we got my AvaStar, and we've got Walshy's over here, and we've got Quigbells up here. Now I'm still working on some scripting stuff because I want to have it like teleport in, dissolve out, spin in place, all that stuff to make it fun. But right now, you should be able to go to any of these, click on them, and hit equip.
Yeah, so this way it's a lot more trustless. You just have to click on the VRM that you want. You don't have to rely on us to provide you a file, which understandably can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
So if you notice the AvaStar that I have right now, the female spliff cop, this is the founder outfit. So this is the outfit that the founders are going to be wearing, the female founders anyways. The male founders are going to have their own outfit. And then, of course, the outfit that Trislet and the Walshy VRM are wearing is going to be for male primes. Quigbell's got the female prime outfit. And we're also going to have a separate outfit for exclusives, of course, and another for the non-binary AvaStars, for the replicants that have male and female traits. Replicants as well are going to have their own set of outfits, hopefully. That's the plan thus far. And this is going to be the changing room, hopefully, where you're going to land and select your AvaStar in a variety of different poses. And in the future, if we get to integrate different outfit options, this is where you'll be able to select those outfit options. So this is kind of a sneak peek into the future of VRM selection when it comes to your 3D AvaStars.
Yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff with the. We're using the we're going to be hosting the actual dressing room up on Planet Avastar. I believe we got a new URL. It's like, because we're trying to make everything easier to navigate. So we have Planet Avastars. Right now it's our archive. It's where you go for information about Avastars, but that's where you got to go for everything Avastar related. So we're gonna have a dressing room there. You go there and you'll have a teleported place. Like, this is modeled off a replicant. If you've gone through and created a replicant, you would have seen the animations as you go through and it pieces them together. The intent was to make, like a bioengineering type area in the, sense of the 50s aesthetic we have, where you're like piecing pieces together and creating clones of people and stuff like that. So we're trying to have the same thing here, where when you join, scans your wallet and you can click and have, see what your VRM is going to look like, hit the download to get it. If you start getting, the intent is to make it so you can start buying clothes, NFT outfits and things like that, attach them to your avatar, and then export a new VRM. And Avastar has always been on chain and, focus. So a big part of that saving a VRM with new clothes on it means updating the metadata. So we're working on systems to enable that. So your VRM comes with whatever the latest outfit is that you've tried on your character. So I'm pretty excited to see some of that stuff come to life. We're in sort of testing right now on the actual app, but.
And of course, we got to give a huge shout out to Crypto Avatars and the Polygonal Minds team for setting up the majority of this environment. And for those of you that have visited planetavastar.io, you might notice that Planet Avastar is actually floating outside of this observation window, which is a really cool touch. I thought it was really cool anyways.
Yeah. So
I noticed Brookhawk's in the chat. Brookhawk, do you have any cool new Hyperfi worlds that you've explored lately? I know that you're pretty involved in exploring these different worlds. If you've got any that stand out in your mind, feel free to share them, and we'd love to check them out today. Sorry, Tris, I didn't mean to cut you off, bud.
No, I was thinking the other avenue we can go is anybody who's got the Substrata app. Like, that's a fun one to go jump into because they've got the motorcycles and cars, so you can zoom around. I noticed on Twitter today there was Neil was talking about Substrata, which is what we went and looked at, I think 2 weeks ago, because it's the games.
It was 2 or 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah, it's funny how getting on vehicles, light bikes, Tron type stuff, like, it just makes it more fun, even if you're not actually racing or the game doesn't work right. It doesn't even really matter. It's just goofy fun, right? So that's
I've actually challenged him to a race, Tris. So
I saw that, but I don't see him here. Come on, Renee.
we might have to make a whole separate event out of that one and get Reneel in to do some exploring and then wrap things up with a race around Substrata.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we can. So I have it sitting here. Let's unhide it.
Substrata needs to be downloaded, correct?
Yeah, that's the big problem that we're running into right now. Is obviously, I don't want to tell everybody, hey, you have to go mute. You have to go download this, install it, get it working if you want to participate. So, but again, having your own client does enable some pretty cool stuff, like we explored the other day, the McDonald's build where you can order McDonald's through DoorDash and have it delivered to you from in here. Like, that's something I haven't seen other places. There
was a Domino's in Decentraland back in the day. I'm not sure if it's still there or not, but I believe it was Domino's or Pizza Hut that you could order from right in Decentraland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Domino's one. Yeah, so like, it doesn't even matter what you. Yeah, we need more just active stuff. Like, there's a lot of these OG metaverse things which are fun because they've been around for a while, but like, obviously they're expensive, right? So everybody's focusing on business use cases and like, how do I make money off this? But I feel like what got us all here in the first place was like, well, give me stupid, goofy fun, and I'll sit for hours in here. Can I have more of that? I don't know if you feel the same way or not, but that's definitely the way I feel. It's just hard to make money doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those dilemmas that we kind of face with the current state of the metaverse or virtual worlds, whatever you want to call it. Before we jump into Substrata, maybe we can do a couple Hyperfy worlds just in case our listeners today don't have that downloaded. I see Feta has like a grow house world, which
cool.
is fairly new to me. And then I see two Webaverse builds that are under construction, which might be cool to check out since Webaverse, of course, are in the metaverse industry. I would assume that they're working on some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, drop some links down. Where are they?
All right, let's check out Feta's grow house. Feta is one of my favorite creators. Just because it's such a fun, colorful vibe with all of his builds.
Yeah, he's got a theme going on. Like he's done an amazing job at like making it very iconic. Like it's it's Null's work. Like when you see it, which is really cool.
You know it's his when you see it, and it just goes back to the same ethos that I stuck to when I arrived in Web3, and that's like supporting the grassroots independent creators that made this place cool before any of the VC funding arrived. You know what I mean? It was a very different environment in Web3 whenever I landed in 2020 or 2021. And that's kind of what Emotional reminds me of with his creations.
So did he, what is this, dealer? He added an AI bot, if it's working?
Yeah.
You see, I feel like that's the next phase. I was looking at some of this, some other people and some other efforts that other folks are doing. Like, we should try implementing some more AI in some of the stuff we're doing, because it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, good call, Dragonate. Like anybody else who wants to jump on stage, this is why we're doing it on stage. Anybody who wants to jump up, try sharing their screen, talking, or try the avatars on themselves, is welcome to jump up. But yeah,
I think that's pretty impressive. The AI integration with these NPC characters. I just asked the dealer, where should I explore? And the dealer very quickly replied, hey there, if you're looking for a unique and imaginative world to explore, I highly recommend checking out the Fetaverse. It's a vibrant and colorful world filled with psychedelic landscapes, abstract realms, and a laid-back cannabis smoking vibe. I love that. As a fan of Feta and the Fetaverse myself, I can guarantee you'll have a blast exploring all the different locations and soaking up the amazing atmosphere. And if you're into smoking weed and eating mushrooms, you'll definitely feel right at home here. So come over and let's chill.
amazing. Yeah.
Did you just grab a giant mushroom, Tris?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
It's up on the shelf up here.
I need a mushroom sword.
Here. Oh, did you see where I went?
I think I'm in the grow house itself. There's a whole bunch of plants in here, and it looks like they're growing gummy bear-shaped buds.
Double-click the space button to fly.
I grabbed a huge nug out of the grow house.
Oh, you don't need to fly. You're already flying. All right, sweet.
Can I hit you with the nug? No, I can't, but I put it down right in front of you.
That's pretty funny.
All right, let's get a picture with your mushroom sword and my weed nug. As a stoner cop at that. This is great.
I see nothing. Yeah. Nice. We've got some interesting, like, yeah, we should bring up. So we had some people reach out to us about potentially doing some like conference type things as AvaStars, to like talk about the tech and things like that. And it brought up a lot of stuff. Like that's actually what drove us down this path towards some of this like V tubing types concepts, like showing what we're doing, getting other people doing it. Like we talk about metaverse stuff, like I don't want to be myself if I'm going to be in a virtual world. I want to be whatever my personality dictates. That's the point of having it be more free flowing, right? So this is like once we get more easy access to VRMs that are properly rigged, like it'll give people that an ease of way to express themselves. It's a lot different than what they could have done before. So we need to be promoting that more.
And that changes day to day, especially for me. Like I've got my astronaut Walshy 2D Avastar that I like using on Twitter and on social media. But I much prefer right now the first Avastar that was ever gifted to me by Rizzle, the man himself, which is like the nerdy taped glasses Avastar with the alien skin tone and green hair that you've all seen for our past few metaverse experiences. So.
That's actually a really good point because it's interesting when you start talking to people. Like a lot of the crypto space, I'm sure, not everybody, but we have a lot of devs here who've like come from gaming backgrounds, MMO backgrounds, collectible backgrounds, like it's stuff like that. And in those communities, you get an identity, and after a while, that identity becomes you. Like as you said, you've had that Avastar before. You might have other PFPs that you like, but at this point, it's sort of like your identity, and whether or not it's your favorite to begin with, it sort of grows on you. Like I've noticed this top hat bucktooth eye patch guy has grown on me quite a bit. I really like him. Just I don't know why, but at this point I do. So even if I find
like all my
PFP, like
I like all of my Avastars for different reasons, and the same holds true for a lot of my other NFTs. But like the most sentimental ones that I will never sell are ones that were gifts or ones that that I just remember very vividly how I acquired them, or those that had like I guess it's kind of like a tattoo or something like that, or just a keepsake that you'd never want to throw away. I've got one that was gifted by Capricar, which I would never sell for any amount of money. The same holds true for the V2 rig that I'm using right now, the gift from Rizzle. And like my first double legendary, I remember scrolling and finding my first double ledge, and then my first triple legendary. Those are all NFTs that you'd have to, really tempt me with some serious money to ever let go of.
Wow. Joe Snail's looking pretty sweet.
All right, Tris, you got to show me where these mushroom swords are. I can't find them. This world is too vast.
Yeah, let's think here.
All right, here. I see. This reminds me of Diablo.
Except the hitboxes are a little different, actually.
So Tristan and I are having a mushroom duel.
So you did hit me.
I killed you.
Yeah,
you're dead.
I died.
Here lies Trislet, loser of mushroom sword fight battles.
Oh man, you got some.
All right.
Not even hitting you.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. Got to put this thing down.
It's interesting. Like why do we not see more people like implementing those sorts of things? I get it. It's complex. It's hard, but we have a lot of amazing developers who are doing, it feels like much more complex stuff than this, but you never really see this out in the wild. All right.
Hey, Yipe.
Down at the bottom.
Nice to see you here, Yipe and Jose and Joe. Joe, the mushrooms are kind of hard to find. Let me see if I can find you, and then I will fly you up to the mushroom pedestal.
He's the snail.
You're a snail now? You were a frog earlier, I think, right?
Yeah, he's running around with whatever he's got. He's got a lot. Joe is the founder of Hudlin, actually.
Of what, sorry?
Hudlin.
Hudlin?
Yeah, and he's actually worked on the XP system that we're using in TokenSmart.
Oh, really cool. Yeah, you were telling me about the XP system. Yo, Emotional's here. I found Feta.
Is he actually in here? Oh, yeah, he's
think so.
here, but I think he's not. He's just been standing there, so he might not actually be here.
Oh, gotcha. I'll hit him with my mushroom sword, wake him up.
Oh, yeah, we got a raised hand.
Oh, there's a bunch of Emotionals here, actually.
Yo, where do I get these mushrooms at?
Hey, Joe.
Yo.
So, if you're at the... Do you know where the grow house is?
I am so lost. As you can see, my eyes are just flailing all around my body. Is it this? Wait, I think I found it actually. Equip. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it.
Found
now.
the mushroom sword?
Yes.
Well, prepare to die.
Oh, yeah, there he is. I know, where do you even target?
I don't even have hands to hold the mushroom.
That makes it even funnier, though. It's okay. Triss is terrible.
I know.
Where's the health bars?
Yours is gone.
Ah, jeez.
It's the red bar above your head, yeah.
Violence is the only answer.
Sometimes you got to wake up and choose violence, Joe. I agree. I must have some sort of an infinite health. Oh, no, I took damage there.
Yeah, that time I finally got one hit. But now I can't pick one up.
That thing's super loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Emotional's builds. This one's actually quite a bit bigger than I thought it would be.
I said the only solution is obviously for all of us to get in at once and gang up on Wall Street, right? I don't know what else.
Well, I think I did just die. So you guys got me. It must be because I'm a founder. I have extra hit points.
Obviously.
Where do I get the Master Tunic?
The Master Tunic? Is that a World of Warcraft item?
That's a Zelda item.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the new Zelda game. Have you played it yet?
Yeah, I just got it Friday. It's pretty dope.
Is that a Wii game? What platform is that on?
Switch.
I actually downloaded it last night and started playing it. It is pretty sweet.
I'm a huge Zelda fan. Like I probably clocked in more than 100 hours on Breath of the Wild.
Did you play like Majora's Mask? And,
oh yeah, yeah.
And the Temple of Time.
Fan.
The Temple of Time, yeah.
The last one that I played was the island one. What was it called? The one where you get stuck and stranded on an island. It's like there's like a big old egg that's gonna hatch.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I remember starting some of those, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, this latest one is funny because the Breath of the Wild had like tons of reviews, but this one that just came out, they said it improved on everything across the board. It's got like straight 10s in every review site that does video game reviews. So
yeah, there's probably some money exchanging hands too, but it's still a really good game.
yeah.
Hey, we've got good news for all of our friends that use Mac. our product director, Quigbell, uses a Mac, and she was desperately trying to utilize a VTube rig, and we weren't having any luck trying to set up the VC Face program on her Mac. So we found an alternative for Mac users, and it's called KaleidoFace. So for any Mac users that have wanted to try and get a VTube rig going, or who will want to get a VTube rig going once you receive your VRM, there are options out there. So we're pretty enthusiastic about that, because we know that a lot of you are using Mac and don't have a PC, but might want to remain pseudo-anonymous and use your VTube rig on Zoom calls or otherwise. So KaleidoFace is out there for you.
We got Teppy joined us too. He's the old baguette. With sunglasses on, of course.
Is it pronounced Yetepi? I've been calling him Yeet Pay for like 2 years now. I feel like a fool.
I don't really know, but Yeet Pay sounds pretty funny.
Yeah, we're going to have to get you to spell that out for us phonetically, so that we can stop massacring your name. I apologize. So from what I understand, when Emotional creates these lands, he creates like the underlying landmass as one piece with a VR headset. So when you really fly above the environment and look down, it's pretty impressive to think that it's all done as like one model with of course like this. Sorry, go ahead.
He uses like Gravity Sketch or one of those other ones for like, so he does it similar to like, I guess he does the similar thing to Joy, if you've ever seen him do it, where he's got like a Quest on.
Yes.
He designs all the 3D stuff in a 3D space.
He does it exactly like Joy, actually. That's I think that's like one of his big inspirations. Yo, I found a bunch of VRMs that you can use as well. Slot Machine Jones is here. The snail that we just saw, Joe using, and of course a feta and a couple other characters I haven't seen. Looks like there's a crab and.
This is where I stole mine from. I gotta switch my avatar now.
Yeah, this is what I like about what Emotional does is there's features on his builds that I haven't seen elsewhere. Of course, I've seen the like equipping a VRM option, but the AI integration is something I haven't seen elsewhere. Same with like the grabbables. It's available in all Hyper-Fi builds, but Emotional is putting them to use. And beyond that, he's found a way to create a grabbable in which you can use the /sit command and make it look as though you're using a flying mount. So I think it was like some sort of a batwing glider he created, and you can grab it, and when you use /sit, it looks like you're sitting in it perfectly, so you can fly around. And it reminds me a lot of in the World of Warcraft days when you saved up all your gold, and then you finally hit level 60 and you were allowed to buy the flying mount. It's kind of like that, except it doesn't take so much time and gold, of course.
It's funny thinking about the evolutionist stuff. I remember I played vanilla WoW when it first came out, and I remember at level 20 or 40 when you got your first mount. Yeah, it was like 20 gold, and that 20 gold was like, if you weren't dedicated playing, like that was weeks worth of grinding if you were just out killing mobs and didn't get lucky with a good find. So yeah, it's they did a good job at small incremental goals that like when you achieve them they were like a big means for celebration, but then immediately like you could see like, well, at level 60, the faster mount's available. So you like forget about it immediately and start grinding for that next small go post.
Yeah, those flying mounts were like a massive landmark, or milestone, I should say.
Cool. Well, see you later, Joe. He had to head out, but
Thanks for popping in, Joe.
let's see. So this is all cool fetish stuff. What are the
Yeah, we can pop into another one if you'd like. To stop flying, you will double tap the spacebar, or you can point yourself downwards with W and Shift, and it should allow you to reach the ground with haste. Double tapping Shift, you'll just like fall out of the sky.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that might be fun to play with as a, because I know we talked about some of the like Fortnite opens stuff up for Unreal tools, but as I was playing with some stuff, like it turned out it's a lot harder to get custom avatars than I thought it would be. But I think that's on purpose because they don't want you creating custom ones. They want you buying their skins. So I think it's something along those lines. But they do Unreal Tournament or Unreal, not Tournament, Unreal, the editor, the engine. They actually provide some first person shooter games that have custom mannequins that have all the action started with it. So there's nothing stopping us from generating our own little games and modifying the avatars. Because I definitely think it'd be fun to find a way to get these guys in a more active, it doesn't necessarily need to be a first person shooter game, but something of that ilk that gives you much more tangible feedback while you're playing. Everybody always goes to first person shooter games, right? But that's not necessarily the end all be all. Like, we've been playing Rocket League some lately, and that's a lot more fun, in my opinion, now.
Rocket League is one of those games that once it sucks you in, you're just you're doomed for hours and hours.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Is there a way to pull an AvaStar VRM without signing in with the wallet it's in? So, at the moment, you would need to have the VRM downloaded, or you would have to equip it. In the previous world that we were in, you should be able to equip any of those characters, and I believe it will let you enter different worlds as that VRM, as long as you equip it and don't try on. You have to hit equip.
Yeah, here, Tepi, I just posted, this was a test world that we were playing with.
So in there, you should be able to access any of the main VRMs that like Trislet, myself, or Quigbell have been using.
That'll give you something to play with.
Yeah, it'll give you an idea of like the outfits that you'll be seeing on all of the primes. And yeah, you definitely don't need a wallet on you to do this. You can sign in as an anonymous, and I'm not sure if equipping it as an anonymous will let you transfer over to different worlds with the VRM, but it's worth a try for sure.
Well, he's named you Tepi, so he's logged in. But I think it follows you with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't stick with you. Yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to bring up. So I've been playing more with with Hyperfi lately, and there's definitely a lot of cool stuff you can do. Actually, let's jump in real quick. So I have a few empty worlds that I was playing with, and I haven't done a lot with it yet. Assuming it wants to load. Seriously, just load me in there. Yeah. So this is a new one, actually. You can see when you come in, it has the same avatar I started with, but so if you went to Hyperfi and got yourself a world right now, this is basically what you'd come into. So if anybody wants, here's a link to it. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, Tappy, I've shared the file for the VRM that I use. Don't feel like you need to download it, but it's there if anybody wants to download it and use it in Hyperfi. Obviously, it's a little bit easier just to click the equipables, but it's there if you guys want it.
So here's a quick, I thought I'd show you. Anybody who wants to see a, so if you go by a Hyperfi world and you've got a totally open one, there's nothing there. If you hit tab as the owner, it allows you to mess with stuff and see what's happening. So the ones that it has built, it actually has a lot of cool stuff built in. So some of this you need to have models available, but not for everything. You can actually, there's been a lot of talk about AI skybox creation, which is, it's an animation term around, this is what wraps the outside world. But if you've never played with it, you might not have any clue what the hell that means, right? So it was a couple weeks, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks ago, we went to the AI Lightbox creator world. Yeah, Walsh, you and I did, and we were just goofing around. And
yeah, we were creating all kinds of random environments.
So one thing I did while I was in there was I actually, I created one. So if you say, let's see, is it this or is it? It's one of these other ones, isn't it? Because I'm trying to remember. We want to create a. Oh, it should be a skybox.
I don't see the text feature.
That's right. So we can set different types of things, or you can set it to custom. When you set it to custom, like when you save a skybox, actually, that's what you're pulling is those apps. So let's see if I can find where I had that skybox. Right, like I made the sci-fi one with lasers and explosions and stuff. So like we do that, and you can add it in. And now we've got basically a blank world in the middle of some crazy sci-fi world. So that's when people say you want to create a skybox. This is what they're doing. This is like the long-range background that allows you to build everything else in front of. So with this,
where are you seeing the text input device, Tris? Whoa.
Check that out. So I just added a moon terrain to it.
Can you add props with AI?
I don't know if we can add props with well.
Or could you add a spaceship on the moon terrain, for example?
Yeah, if I had a model for one. Right now, let's see. The other model that I've got, I don't have a big selection to play with right now. But I do have the fun one that I had gotten before, if I can find it. Windows. Let's play with this. Oops. Now I did it. So you want to set the Z position down. I'm going to select the model. Say where you want it, because we need to set the Z position down.
Oh, that's wild. You just brought the whole Oktoberfest festival to the moon.
And then we turn on collision. Yeah, so now we're... Let's scale this up a little bit, shall we? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so now we can celebrate Oktoberfest on the moon. Woo!
Nice. This would be cool for setting the basis of like a Planet Avastar build. If it's as simple as inputting some text and getting the textures and whatnot for the surrounding areas, then it's just a matter of dropping a build on top of it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And with this, I can actually take this out into Blender and I can chop pieces off this or create custom, you know, like maybe I want to cut this stage out, or I want to, like, this was actually made, this was a test one that Polygonal Minds had made, and then they made available for CCO. So I was playing with it. Like you can see, so the way you usually bundle GLB models, like this is a whole asset pack. So you can see what they made the Oktoberfest world with the field. And then on the other side, they have all the assets that are there as like individual models. So you need, if you open this up in say Blender or something, you can pull one of these models out and export it separate. So if I want to add more pretzels here, I could go over here, grab this model, and then just use that. Or the Lederhosen, like maybe I want to grab that and I want to make it wearable. I think that's our first
Making
one.
a wearable Lederhosen would be hilarious, and an equipable bratwurst or pretzel.
Yeah.
Or beer mugs. Beer mugs would be even more appropriate.
We need both beer mud and the bratwurst. Yeah.
Maybe some mocktails for our friends that don't consume booze.
Right.
Give me all the beers, though. Yatepi, for your question, why do we all have the same jacket? So that's going to be the starting jacket for all primes. We're not at this point yet, so this isn't like an official alpha leak or anything, but in the future, there's always the possibility of new wearables and new outfits. We're not there yet, but what we're starting out with is each wave of Avastar gets their own specific outfit. So male and female Prime will have different outfits. Male and female Replicant will have different outfits. And then founders and exclusives, male and female, will also have their own outfits. And then, of course, there are replicants, and then the replicant non-binary Avastars, or the mixed Avastars that have both male and female traits. They will have their own outfit as well. That's the plan thus far. Yeah, so the Avastar that I'm using right now is a founder. I believe it's Avastar 16, although I could be mistaken. So this is the exclusive outfit, and then founder outfit. And the exclusive outfit, I don't think has been previewed yet. So that's going to be a reveal that we can do in a future Metaverse meetup. We can leak that alpha to whoever decides to show up. We can show off those exclusive outfits, which I can tell you are a little bit more over the top than the ones you guys have been seeing so far. Even the founder outfit is a little bit less over the top than what you're going to see with the exclusives. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Some of this are design choices made by us, and the team trying to do it. Like, we're trying to use the lore and the background around Avastars to direct some of our decisions on a lot of this. And, there's a lot of like Fallout, sci-fi, like what is it, 60s, 50s, like Fallout vibe that we're trying to integrate to a lot of that. So we're trying to stick with those sorts of things, which has been a lot of fun because that's a genre I'm really into. I love the Fallout games and everything, like, but it's definitely, you can see it in a lot of our design decisions and a lot of the final models and stuff. So I like that we stuck to that same motif. Cool. I don't know. What else do we need to do? I know I'm trying to. And so if I have other wearables. Right. Part of this was, if you've got a Hyperfy world and you want to go in and you want to play with it yourself, you can, like when you go to world, I can take a screenshot of what's here. And then that's what it'll show up in that. So, right now I want to take this screenshot. Like that's a fun one. You name it a world, give it a description. You can add collaborators in here. So if I wanted anybody else to be able to edit this, I can add them as a collaborator, and it allows you to just like build stuff, or you can also make them admin, which allows them to add other collaborators and things like that. So that's pretty cool. For the apps, you can just, the ones that are built in, you can add media, so you can fit video, audio stuff. You can do environment related things on. You can add fog here. You can add light fixtures. So, if you want to make it brighter, let's add a light. Oh, it didn't like that because now I just changed the whole lighting infrastructure. But if anything, it'll cause things to kind of go wonky. Adding lights will. So if we want to up the intensity, you can see how it changes everything, all the looks, because now we've got a super bright light sitting up here.
Hey, welcome, Baron X. Yeah, last week's meetup was really fun, actually, because we got infiltrated by a bunch of cyber brokers mechs, which are all kinds of fun. And I'm not sure if there's scalability with the mechs or if some of them are just way bigger than other people's mechs, but some of those models are huge. Like they stand 5 times taller than these Avastar's humanoid VRMs. So that was really cool to mess around with. And it's going to be exciting to see more projects and specifically more projects from the on-chain gang getting their 3D metaverse ready models out there so that we can have more meetups with more VRMs across different projects and get more people involved. Because a lot of the big projects, like even BAYC, we're still waiting to see those VRMs, those 3D models make their way to their holders. So I know this is kind of a meme at this point, but we are early when it comes to getting these models prepared and getting these models out to our community. But in time, these should grow and scale. What I mean by that is hopefully in the future, we will have meetups with, 40 to 50 people rather than just a handful of people, and they will span across different communities. That's the hope anyways, and that's what we're working towards.
This is cool. I just found there's a mirror feature. So now you can go over and look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, there was a mirror feature in the hall that we were in last week with the cyber brokers max, so that you could try on the different VRMs and then like check them out in a virtual mirror.
Yeah,
not that you
part of showing this on just on my camera, just because I wanted to like, it feels intimidating, getting into some of these things, but I do like some of the Hyperfy tools have made it pretty easy to get in and just start fooling around. Hopefully you can make something you like, but even if you don't, like, it's a really good place to start to get a feel for how to start dropping objects in, manipulate them, move them around, stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
need to be
here's-
intimidated starting out to build in Hyperfy like you would need to be in something like, say, Decentraland, where you need a little bit more knowledge to actually implement builds. Uh, from all accounts, Hyperfy's been a lot more simplistic for your everyday end user. So how does the AI aspect work, Tris? Is that like a chat GPT plugin, or is that something totally separate?
That's a great question. I don't know. I know I saw how emotional it added it in. Now I'm like, I want to know how he did it because I would like to see about doing the same. So you can add all. So these are all built-in pieces into Hyperfy. Like these are just straight, easy tools that anybody can get in and play with. You can also, if you want to script and create your own items, you can have a connector inside here so that your outside server is funneling that. So I need to figure out if he was like if that's a custom one that he pulled out. I know the Metaverse Makers group are working on some Discord bots and some other AI enabled tools and things like that. So I wonder if he's utilizing some of that because I know he's a big player over in that group. So I don't know. I'll need to find more details and then probably bring it up next week. Maybe I'll get it working in here. That would be fun to play with. Our next one is we need to train an AI to do everything for us and connect to an Avastar and say, "Here, go live in this world." And maybe we'll come back and they've basically built up a whole society on their own while we took over.
If we come back and it's just like some sort of a dystopia, like a George Orwellian 1984 type scenario.
Amazing.
Oh man. Or even worse, like an Aldous Huxley, like Brave New World. No. I like to think that an Avastar would create like a happier existence than that.
Or maybe
but you never know.
Created. Well, maybe they would have created their own blockchain and created their own on-chain PFPs that are now creating virtual worlds, and they're attaching those to AIs, right? Yeah. Oh no. We're getting into
The replicants all get sent to like some sort of a mine.
Yeah.
Some sort of an interplanetary mine.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Or they're just realizing they're in a video game and they're trying to figure out how to take the red pill and break out through the mirror like in the Matrix. Oh no.
That would be a really cool idea for a build though, like that scene with Morpheus in the Matrix you're just referring to, where you have like the selection of the red pill and the blue pill, and whichever one you opt to take affects the world that you end up in, or it causes the world to be some sort of a variant
Oh yeah. That would
of
be
the other
fun.
selection. There is one where you can take a hit of acid and it like sends you down a rabbit hole, but I noticed that no matter which tab you take, you end up in the same place. I think it would be interesting if the selection affected the outcome of where you end up.
Yeah, I'm already picturing now taking a pill and then walking through the mirror, and then to the other side, see what happens.
Through the mirror.
Actually, could we? It'd be really fun to have it so if you walk through, there's like an exact copy of the world, but everything's in reverse. Everybody can see your guy like walking around near him. How many layers deep can we get here?
Yeah, Drago. The replicants all get forced to work at the Bitcoin mine. I guess that would make more sense. It's a crypto mine. It's not a traditional mine with pickaxes, maybe.
Well, that's cool. I don't know. If anybody else has any ideas or any other links they want to go explore, we can. But I think we're coming up on the hour now, so we can stop our journey unless we've got something else we want to do. If anybody else wants to jump up on stage, let us know. or ask questions.
Yeah. You guys are welcome to ask questions in the chat, or you can hop up on stage. We're pretty informal here. These are just for fun. But between now and next Wednesday, feel free to hit us up on Twitter, either in the comments section of any given tweet or in DMs to the Avastar account or to myself or Trislet personally or Dragonate. If you're working on something and you want us to check it out, we can do that. We'll just vet it first. And we can incorporate that into our next or one of the future meetups, because we want to include you guys just as much as we want to show you what we're working on.
I don't know, Dragonate. How many Avastars does it take? We'll have to figure that out. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. Because now we're just getting
right on, everyone. Thanks very much for coming, everybody. Baron X, Jose. I'm not sure if it's Yeet Pay or Yetepi, but thank you. Musashi, IG88, Dragonate's mom, Dragonate. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a blast. And hopefully we'll see you all next week.
I think from now on he's Yeet Pay. Like that.
Yeet Pay is funnier. Yetepi does make more sense now that I think about it. Oh man, I got to go back to elementary school and like do the clapping syllable thing.
Nice. Oh, Dragonate says Yeety Pie. Ooh.
Apparently they're cool with any way we want to pronounce it, so that's awesome.
Perfect.
Right on, everybody. Thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. Thanks, Tris.
Thank you. Check you all later.